Hey YouTube, Xfile2708 here, and welcome to another tag video. So this is this tag video is called the Fusion tag and was done by my good friend DanCentral. So it was tagged a couple of days ago, so just catching up on things at the moment. So many thanks to Dan for tagging me. If you guys haven't already checked his channel out, then he's got a superb channel, guys. Covers retro and current generation stuff, so please head over to his channel, and if you like what you see, subscribe. So quite a few questions, guys. I think there's 6 questions in total, so I've scribbled down the questions and some answers that I could think of. Very tough questions, but you know, a lot of fun racking the old brain to try and think of some good answers for you. So first question, guys, is if you could fuse 2 games together, which 2 would you choose and why? Now, I had a good think about this one, and for me, I'd probably choose the classics Mario and Sonic. I'm not so keen on what they've done with the latest 3D offerings. You know, I've seen what they did, obviously, with Sonic Unleashed and Super Mario on the Wii, etc. But for me, you know, it's all about, you know, the old 2D classics. So I'd love to see them do a remake of one of the 2D style games using both Mario and Sonic as the 2 main characters in the story. So, you know, it would be quite an interesting mix with the slow paced action of Mario compared to the quickness of you know, the quickness and speed of Sonic. So for me, guys, I think that'd be quite an interesting mix. And you know, if certainly these days you've seen Mario and Sonic at the Olympics and things like that they've done on the Wii and the current, you know, the other current generation consoles, then a 2D version of what they've come up with today would be really good for us retro gamers. So that's that one. Second one, if you could fuse together 2 films, which 2 would you choose and why? Now, I had a good think about this one. Thinking of a film that I really like. Now, I'm big into my horror films for those of you that are new to my channel. So, you know, for those of you that have been following for a while, you'll know I'm well into the horrors. So I'd like to see somebody like Rob Zombie do a cross between Devil's Rejects and Little House on the Prairie. So I absolutely hate the you know, the perfect family that was created in Little House on the Prairie, with all the little kids that they had spawning everywhere. So a Devil's Rejects type version, you know, hack and slash, where the Little House on the Prairie family get brutalised in all different ways, would that do me nicely. So that's that one, guys. Next question, away from the fusion side of things now, just some general questions that Dan asked. And that first one, what's your favourite comedian? Back in the day, I used to like the really old style comedians, you know, your Bernard Mannings and your Roy Chubby Brown and people like that. I thought were really good. Current day, I really like Lee Evans. I think that was one that Dan said on excuse me, as part of his response. I'm also a big fan of Michael McIntyre. Really like his sense of humour. You know, has me absolutely laughing my back off. It really does some fantastic stuff. But if I had to choose an all-time favourite, then I would choose the legendary Billy Connolly. So I've seen most of his stand-up shows. I've never actually seen him live. I've never actually been to see him in person. Love to go and see him one day. But I love his stand-up comedy. I love all of the treks around, you know, Billy Connolly's tour of New Zealand and places like that he did. So showing a bit of the history of the places that he's been to, and, you know, mixing it with some stand-up comedy while he's over there. So absolutely superb comedian, and you know, definitely one I'd list as my all-time favourite. So that's question 3. Question 4 is, do you believe in ghosts? Short answer, well, most people will probably think, because I'm an X-Files fan, that I probably do believe in the supernatural and the paranormal, but I'm afraid I'd be more of a Fox Mulder than Scully. Sorry, other way around. I'd be a Scully rather than Fox Mulder. I do not believe in ghosts. I don't really believe in the paranormal or supernatural, anything like that at all, to be perfectly honest. Probably similar to a lot of people, if something ever happened to me that I really couldn't explain, then, you know, perhaps I would change my way of thinking. But in 36 years that I've been on this planet, I've never had anything, you know, unexplained happen to me, to be perfectly honest. And, you know, for me, I will remain ever sceptical, and until something comes along, if it ever does, to change my mind. So that's that one. Question 5. If you could make any game into a sequel that doesn't already have one, what would you choose and why? Another fantastic question. Dan chose one that I would definitely choose, which was Biohazard Battle on the Sega Mega Drive. It would be superb to see a remake of that, what they could do with the, you know, on the current generation consoles that are out there today. I'm sure it'd absolutely blow you away. Biohazard Battle on the Mega Drive was superb as it was, so to be able to transfer that onto current day systems, you know, and see what you could do with all the superb graphics and the detail that you could put into it, the music, etc., would be brilliant. So Biohazard Battle would be a good one, so I fully agree with you there, Dan. Coming up with one of my own, I would choose, it will be a Mega Drive game. Let's have a look for ones that didn't have sequels. Funnily enough, I would probably go for Shaq Fu 2. Now, most people would say, wow, that first one was crap and, you know, wouldn't deserve a remake. But I'm sure it could be done. You know, you could learn from all the mistakes that were made in the original Shaq Fu, get rid of Shaquille O'Neal or whoever he was that was in it. And I mean, it was incredibly cheesy for its day, I guess. So I suppose for some people that might be the appeal for it. But I'm sure Shaq Fu, replaced with someone like Mr. T or Chuck Norris, would be absolutely superb. You know, you could do it very, very much tongue in cheek for today's audience. So for me, I would choose Shaq Fu 2. So that's that one. And finally, question 6, which I can't really answer, to be perfectly honest, is if you watch Family Guy, what is your favourite episode so far? I'm one of these people that I love watching TV series. You know, big fan of X-Files, big fan of 24, I like Life on Mars, programmes like that. But Family Guy, I've got all of the series downloaded, and it's one of these series that I've planned to watch from start to finish, you know, all the way through the seasons. And it's just a case I always find something else to watch rather than sit down and watch a couple of episodes a night. So I can't really say, to be honest, I don't think I've actually watched a full episode of Family Guy, but I have got them all there to watch at some point, the same as I've got all the South Parks to watch and things like that. So with 3 children and my main hobby of retro gaming and you know, horror films and things like that, watching TV series, unfortunately, tends to go to the back of the queue. So I do like Family Guy. I do see bits of it every now and again. I think it's an absolutely superb cartoon series, probably one of the best cartoon series, I'd say, I'll go as far as saying, that was ever made. And I will sit down at some point and watch them all the way through. So unfortunately I can't give a definitive answer on that one, Dan, but that's hopefully explained for you why. So there we go, guys, that's the 6 questions answered. I'll be tagging 4 people as part of this, and those 4 people I'm tagging are Atarix777, Old Iron 82, Chipsters, and finally Eternia Boy. So if you guys can answer the 6 questions that I'll put into the description box and post your videos as responses to this one, that would be very much appreciated. As always, if you've not got time to do one or you've already been tagged, then you know, don't feel any pressure to to do a response. So there we go, guys. I hope you found that interesting, and as always, thanks very much for watching, and I'll put up another video shortly. Bye for now.